I grew up without a dad.
Do you have any relationship with your father? I mean, we talked about your mom.
What's that? What's a father?
And it's been kind of weird, kind of looking back on it and realizing just how impactful that specific moment was in my life. I didn't really think much about it, not until pretty recently, where I decided to just kind of look back and realize how things could have been different, or maybe if things would have been better and or worse if uh, he was in my life or not. How are we doing today, though? Hope we're doing all right. Just back on the Minecraft world today. Hoping to record some other gameplay, record other things, and see where we go. But today, the topic is a little interesting. It's about my father and just the fact that I never got to see him growing up, just due to circumstances and all. And I grew up without my dad in my life, and I bet a lot of people can relate to that. Just not having a parental figure in their life. I know that many people around the world experience that, either having no father or having no mother. And so my heart goes out to all of you. But today I just want to talk about my experience and what I feel like, how it unconsciously affected me. So, if you don't know that, normally you have two parents. That's kind of how we're made. We normally have a mom and a dad, and they get together and they make us. And so I feel like parents are an integral part to a child's development. And I feel like both parents play a big part in raising a child. And so when you kind of the two parents have to cooperate together to make sure that that child is nurtured, nurtured correctly. And I feel like when you don't have that other parent present, it makes it a lot more difficult for one parent to do all the nurturing themselves. And in my experience, it was a father, and not having a father, so my mother had to do all the nurturing and everything for us. But it could be the opposite for you. It could be you growing up without a mother, and then your father having to basically take care of you guys. So everybody's situation is different. But I do feel like it does put a lot of strain on the other parent. And sometimes that leads to certain problems arising when dealing with a child. Even worse, I feel like when you have multiple children. When you have multiple children and you're just by yourself, I feel like that also can make things a lot more stressful on a parent. And no one really teaches you how to be a parent. You just kind of have to learn as you go. And for some, that's very taxing without someone else to kind of give you another word of insight, or someone else to be there with you while you nurture said children. And so in my instance, I never really thought too much about it as a kid. Not until I got a little older and I realized how integral early childhood development is. Just how influential certain actions, certain things can affect your brain, whether you know it or not. And so for me, it was definitely weird at first. I was very young when the father left the picture, so I don't remember too much about it. But I do remember at points in my life I did feel a little, I guess, curious, wondering where he might be, if I even had a father. I remember when I started school, People would, talk about things they did with their parents and stuff. And I was always a little, I guess, curious or a little confused as to like why I did not have a father in my life, or like where he was or what he was up to. And I never really brought it up to my mother. I never really questioned her about it. It was just kind of something that I didn't really want to bother her with, just due to the fact that she was a very busy woman and having to take care of me and my siblings. I just didn't think it was, I guess, the right time to really ask anything about it. I just happened to be the one person that didn't have a parent in their life. And you guys could possibly relate to that. But for me, I feel like I grew up pretty okay. Not too many issues that I noticed at the time. But what I come to realize now is that it did give me some sort of sense of, I felt a little alone, a little isolated, just because, I guess in my instance, I feel like our mother knew how to take care of us. She knew certain things, but I feel like there's certain things that only a father can really, I guess, ingrain in you and teach you. I feel like that's the beauty of parenthood. You learn things from both parents, different things from both sides. And so when you only get one side, you kind of have to learn how to do certain things yourself. And I guess in my instance, I just kind of had to learn how to be a man by myself. Because of that, there's a lot of things that I didn't know, a lot of things that I had to go through myself to fully get the lesson down. And so it's interesting how integral they play in our lives. And I also felt a sense of curiosity, kind of just wondering like where he's at, what he's up to, what he could possibly be doing. A lot of questions started developing as I got older, just wanting some clarity as to why this person wasn't in my life anymore, why they never were, why they never reached out or did anything. And so there was a lot of these questions that I had, and who knows if I'll ever get my answer. At this point, I've accepted, what's happened, and I feel like me and my siblings, we've turned out just fine. And so, but I do think it's just made the road a little bit harder than it needs to be. But that could be for like anybody. Anybody could be thinking that way. Just because things are harder for you doesn't mean that they're not harder for someone else. Yeah, some people are growing out with no parents, and my heart goes out to them, because those are the really strong people that make it work. And because of that, I've also gotten this like deep sense of pride, at least for me, kind of to where I don't want to not be in the part of a picture if I ever do become a father. It's giving me like the sense of like pride, or like, hey, like I've had to do these things myself. I don't want someone else to have to go through these things like I did. It's one of those things, I feel like. And I feel like all of that's just kind of made me to who I am today. But there were times, I remember when I was younger, where I did wish that my father was in my life, or that he would teach me certain things about girls, about life, about anything else. They're really just certain things I feel that you do with your father and with your mother that you kind of want to experience for a really like healthy childhood, if that makes sense. And so it's been something, but I hope that some of you guys can relate to kind of what I'm feeling, kind of what I'm thinking. And if you don't, then give me your thoughts as well. Or what do you guys think about, having two parents in a child's life? Because I've come to realize that I personally believe it's very important for a parent to be, for both parents to be involved, just so that the child grows up, I guess, in a more stable environment. I feel like a lot of things can go wrong when only one parent is in charge of everything. Just a lot of pressure. Taking care of children it seems very difficult. Granted, I do not have kids yet, but from what I've seen, it seems like taking care of kids can be pretty stressful. It's a lot of work, and sometimes I feel like it's not enough. One person is not enough to handle all that, and things happen. You get stressed. Certain things. Life hits you, and so I do think it's very important for two people to be involved. But that was my rant for today. I'm working on the uploads. I'm trying to work on making better videos and all. Let me know how I'm doing, how I can improve. I'm going to try to start editing my videos just a tiny bit more. I'm working on it. This is all very new to me. I haven't done this since I was a kid, so I'm basically relearning how to do all of this again, and I hope that my message resonates with some of you. I have been trying the shorts and just the regular videos kind of back to back, and it's been going pretty well. I appreciate anybody who watches this, anybody who resonates with this. That's kind of the goal, just making things that people can relate to, and hopefully in the future, have some discussions about different topics. Let me know what other games you guys want to see. Right now, I'm just playing whatever games I want to stream right now. I do like Minecraft, though. It's very relaxing. It's very calming, and I feel like I can just kind of talk without really thinking about what I'm doing. But maybe that's just because I'm really good at Minecraft. Either way, I hope you guys have a great day, and until next time.